Are you sure you're alone in your living room right now? You probably think so. You see the same four walls you've seen for years. You hear the hum of the fridge. You feel the temperature of the air.
But your cat? Your cat is experiencing a completely different version of reality.
1 minute, your cat is a peaceful loaf of fluff. The next, they are frozen, unblinking. Their eyes are locked onto a blank patch of drywall with an intensity that feels almost haunted. It's a look that makes your skin crawl. You look where they're looking, but there's nothing there.
Or at least, nothing you can see.
If you've ever Googled this behavior, the internet probably gave you one answer: ghosts, spirits, a sign that your house is inhabited by something from another dimension. But you're not here for folklore. You're here because you want to understand the magnificent, hyper-aware predator living in your home. The truth is much more fascinating than any ghost story. Behind those wide, staring eyes is a sensory processing system so sophisticated that it makes human perception look like a blurry, silent movie.
Your cat isn't staring at nothing.
They are detecting an entire layer of the physical world that your senses will never access. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll show you a simple 3-second gesture that can bridge the gap between your world and theirs, changing the way you connect with them forever. Let's start with the most unsettling version of the wall stare. We've all seen it: vigilante mode. This is when your cat isn't just staring. Their ears are swiveling like independent satellite dishes, and their head is tracking invisible movement along the baseboards.
You see a wall.
They hear a symphony. Your cat's ears are genuine biological masterpieces. While you have a handful of muscles to move your ears, most of which don't even work, your cat has 32 dedicated muscles in each ear. This allows them to rotate their hearing 180 degrees independently. They are literally aiming their senses like radar. But it's the range that truly separates you. The human ear taps out at around 20,000 hertz. Your cat? They can hear frequencies up to 64,000, sometimes even 85,000 hertz.
You are operating on a narrow bandwidth, while your cat has access to the fiber optic cables of the universe.
When they stare at that wall, they might be hearing the ultrasonic calls of a mouse nesting in the insulation. They might be tracking the high-pitched hum of water running through a pipe, or the tiny scratch of an insect behind the drywall. Even the electronic devices in your home, your TV on standby, your phone charger, your LED lights, can emit high-frequency sounds that are silent to you, but loud and clear to them. To your cat, your quiet home is actually a very noisy place. But what if they aren't just listening? What if they are feeling the house itself? Think about your cat's paws. Those soft, fuzzy toe beans are not just for walking. They are packed with specialized nerve receptors that act like built-in seismic sensors. Cats can detect micro vibrations through solid surfaces that are completely undetectable to the human body. While you're sitting on the couch, your cat might be feeling the subtle structural shift of the house settling. They might be detecting the vibration of a truck 3 blocks away, or the faint buzz of a neighbor's appliance through the floorboards.
To you, the floor is still.
To them, it is a map of tremors and movements. They aren't possessed. They are conducting a continuous geological survey of their territory. This ties directly into what I call the predator brain. Your cat is a descendant of a lineage that has spent millions of years perfecting the art of the wait and ambush hunt. That instinct is hardwired into their nervous system. When a cat locks onto a wall, they might be tracking the shadow of a fly outside the window, cast through a tiny gap. Or they could be watching a microscopic dust mote caught in an air current. To a human, a sunbeam is just light. To a cat, it's a live show of floating particles and shifting currents. Their eyes are loaded with rod cells, making them incredibly sensitive to the slightest motion in low light. They catch every single frame of a reality you miss entirely. And sometimes, they are staring at a spot where they simply remember seeing something. Cats have excellent spatial memory. If a bug appeared in a specific crack once, they might return to that spot for days, waiting for the prey to reappear.
It's not a hallucination.
It's a commitment to the hunt. But there's a twist. Sometimes the wall stare isn't about biology. It's about you. Cats are masters of social modeling. They study you like a student studies a teacher. They've learned that when they do something weird, like freezing and staring intensely at a corner, you stop what you're doing. You walk over. You say their name. You give them attention.
For some cats, the wall stare is performance art.
It is a calculated move to break your focus on your phone or the TV and put it back on them. You're the audience. The wall is just the stage. However, there is a feline idle state that is much deeper than attention-seeking. Cats spend a massive chunk of their lives in a semi-alert rest mode. Think of it as feline philosophy. You might stare at a wall when you're daydreaming or processing a long day. Cats do the same. They drift into a nothing state, where they are simply existing, processing the data of the room, and being a weird little philosopher.
Sometimes the mystery is not danger. Sometimes it's peace.
This can be a sign of a cat that feels safe enough in their environment to simply tune out. Now, before we get to the emotional payoff, we have to talk about the red flags. While most wall staring is perfectly normal cat behavior, there are moments when it becomes a medical warning sign. If your cat is staring into corners for long periods and seems disoriented, or if they are repeatedly pressing their head against the wall, this is not a quirk. This is a signal for an immediate vet visit. These can be signs of feline cognitive dysfunction, neurological issues, or even toxic exposure. A healthy wall stare is alert and focused. A medical wall stare often looks vacant, distressed, or compulsive.
Don't panic.
But don't ignore the difference. So why does your cat choose the corner of the room so often? It's actually a brilliant piece of geometry. Corners create acoustic reflection. Sound bounces off two surfaces and reaches your cat's ears from multiple angles, creating a much richer audio picture. Plus, sitting in a corner means there are two solid walls behind them. They only have to monitor a 180-degree arc instead of 360.
That isn't paranoia.
It's survival math. Understanding this changes everything about how you see your cat. They aren't crazy. They are a sophisticated, motion-detecting machine, tuned to a frequency you can't hear and a light spectrum you can't see. They are watching over your territory with sensors you don't possess. This realization should bring you closer to them. To your cat, you are a strange, oversized creature who somehow became part of their safe world. You can't hear the pipes. You can't detect the tiny vibrations in the floor. You can't see every dust particle drifting through the light.
You are practically blind and deaf in their world.
And yet, they chose you as their secure base. They feel safe enough to zone out in your presence. Next time you catch them staring at that empty corner, don't interrupt the spell by grabbing them or making a loud noise. Instead, try speaking their language. Sit nearby on the floor. Lower yourself to their level so you aren't towering over them. Look at them softly, and then slowly, deliberately, close your eyes and open them again.
That slow blink is the ultimate cat kiss.
It's your way of saying, I know you're watching. I know you feel something there. And I feel safe with you too. When they blink back, and they often will, the wall doesn't matter anymore. The nothing they were looking at disappears. In that moment, the only thing that exists is the bond between two beings who share a home, even if they experience that home in two completely different ways. Your cat is a magnificent mystery, a hyper-aware guardian who sees the magic in the mundane. Respect their silence, trust their senses, and never forget that while you are their provider, you are also their safe harbor in a world that is much louder, sharper, and brighter than you will ever know.
And if your cat has ever stared at a wall and made you question your entire house, tell us in the comments. We need to know what they were looking at.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to Decoding Paws and Claws, and tap the bell so you never miss the next deep dive into what your pets are really trying to tell you.
And go give your cat that slow blink. Tell us what topic or behavior you would like to see next by picking A, B, or C on the survey in the comments.
We will see you in the next video.